Hello, my name is Palma Majorano. In this presentation, I shall summarize old filing systems and then focus on a present filing system, specifically a computer file system known as NTFS. I will also discuss how NTFS is structured on a hard drive and different tools that can be used to optimize performance and the reliability of the file system. So now, on to the presentation. Enjoy. Optimizing a secure work environment using NTFS file system. I shall begin this presentation by answering the question, what is a file system? A file system is a set of procedures or processes used to save and protect data, such as files, documents, and pictures. Before computers were the primary source of data for both personal use and in the work environment, a file system may have resembled what you see here in this slide. In medium to large organizations, they may have a person with the title of file clerk. A file clerk's job was solely dedicated to keeping files and important documents organized and secured in a designated space, such as a room, which folders were stored inside of cabinets, not shelves like you see in this slide. Each cabinet would be labeled, usually in alphabetical order. One of the problems that organizations had to face with this older style filing system was storing data. By law, a company is required to keep such data for up to 7 years before disposing of it. Organizations would have to rent storage spaces, sometimes large warehouses, to accommodate the space necessary for storing such information such as files. This made storage very costly. Today's file systems no longer require the space of storage units or warehouses. Instead, a hard disk drive, like the one that you see here, can store the same amount of data as the files that I've demonstrated in the previous slides. However, large organizations may contract out to a data storage company to store data, which can consist of a warehouse with computers that resemble old-style mainframes, which also take up a significant amount of space. Cloud filing systems also use this type of space for storing information. But for the average-sized organization, this is not necessary. Although file clerks are no longer required in most work environments today, cabinet-style filing systems are not totally obsolete, especially in medical facilities. Today, file systems are more complex and still require personnel to maintain them efficiently. Now I shall give you a brief summary of how data is stored on a hard disk drive, by first examining the structure of a hard drive. In this illustration is an example of the structure of a hard drive and its sectors. Hard drives consist of sectors that perform different processes. Once a computer is booted and it performs certain tests, a set of instructions located in the master boot record instructs the computer to open the operating system. The architecture of NTFS, which stands for New Technology File System, is that it uses a master boot table to retrieve files. It uses RAID to store data, which is organized and configured in a computer's BIOS settings, and it uses security descriptors that are attached to all files and directories called Access Control List, also known as ACL. NTFS is a computer file system developed by Microsoft and was first introduced in Windows NT 3.1 in 1993. It is the most widely used computer file system today. It has been regarded as the most reliable filing system currently available as compared to other filing systems such as FAT. NTFS was designed to read, write, and search for data. It has built-in recovery tools to aid in restoring lost or corrupted data and partitions. As mentioned in a previous slide, RAID is a tool that NTFS uses to store data. RAID stands for Redundant Array of Inexpensive Disks. It is a process of joining two or more hard drives to work together. It is useful in recovering data that has been corrupted or lost. Listed on this slide are examples of different RAID levels. For example, RAID 0. It uses a process that is referred to as stripping. It stores pieces of data from one disk to another. It is generally used for users who need their CPUs to perform faster. However, if a computer has been set to use RAID 0, data recovery is unlikely unless the data has been backed up on another device, such as a server or an external drive. Not all computers have more than one hard drive. In this event, there are other tools available with NTFS to aid in managing how files are saved by using the disk management utility. The disk management utility not only is used to help maintain how data is saved on a hard drive, it can be a tool used in restoring data that has been lost or corrupted. In addition, there are external tools that will be useful in managing data. These two examples of applications, Remo Recovery and Active Boot Disk, are useful in the event that a file or program is corrupted or lost. Unlike some previous computer file systems, NTFS allows the recovery of such data, but sometimes it may require additional applications to be used to do so. Windows 10, which operates using the NTFS filing system, has internal recovery tools that can be utilized in recovering and restoring corrupted data. Those tools include using the computer management utility, the disk management utility, and by using the command prompt. One way to access recovery and restoring tools in Windows 10 is by holding down the Shift key while clicking on the power icon and selecting Restart. It will then open the Choose an Option window, of which you then select which option is appropriate. It is important for you to know that creating restore points is necessary for restoring lost data without losing current data that is on your computer. Regardless of how good a file system may be, with all of its bells and whistles and the tools that it may offer, it cannot manage itself. This is why it is important to schedule periodic restore points, backup files, and use tools such as firewalls, passwords, and antiviruses, as well as the tools mentioned throughout this presentation to maintain an effective and efficient filing system. If these crucial activities are not performed or used, then eventually even the best file system will fail. All machines are only as smart as those who are operating them.